Hi, it's Ruth here at artfulstampin.co.uk. And today is, well, traditionally Mondays are masculine Mondays. However, I've got a bit of a special birthday card to make for somebody. And I thought I would do that with you guys here. And because it's a bit of a special birthday, I want to do a nice kind of pop-up, something a bit extra special. So hi everybody who's watching on the replay. Thank you for coming back and seeing what I'm up to. Thank you for those joining on the live as well. Great to have your company. I'll say a quick shout out before I get my head down, because I am going to have my head down for the next 5-10 minutes as I figure out the measurements of this. So hi Linda, Kelly, Valerie, Mindy, Mary, Karen, Glenna, yeah, there we go. Hello, hello. Hello everyone else who's joining as well. Thank you so much for coming and joining in. Okay, so I have a little bit of an idea in my head of what I'd like to do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch it out first, just the idea, and then start working on the measurements. So let's get the camera so that you can see what I'm drawing. There we go. So it's going to be a kind of, sort of a normal card for part of it, as in it opens, it just opens. But then I thought I wouldn't mind having a section that pops out and sits out, a bit like a couple of pillars really, from the sides. Okay, so this is my thought. And the idea would be that that would then kind of frame the middle section. And in the middle, I'm going to have the number, but have the number on a pop-out section that would sit away. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to put on here. Might put happy birthday, or I just might put something pretty and decorative on there. Okay, so then I need to decide kind of what size I'm going to be making this, because whatever size I do it, in order to have this pop-up section, the envelope is going to have to be this length plus this length here, because that's going to have to fold upwards or fold downwards. So I do need to think that through a little bit. So if I'm aiming to have it fit into, I don't know, a 6x6 piece of cardstock, the highest it needs to be is a 5x5, or sorry, it's a 5-inch. Or what I could do is aim it to be in a letter size card, and therefore I've got a little bit more wiggle room. So just for the sake of making things a little bit easier for calculating, I think I'll do this in inches. So if I have the card 7 inches tall, so I'm going to now flip over my, oh actually I'm going to use a different piece of grid paper. I'll flip it over. So that, say this is my central point of my card then. I want my card to be 4 inches wide. So now I'm going to be drawing this out in real terms. Okay, so it's going to be 4 inches wide. And as I said, because I need to allow for that section there, 8 inches is the highest I can have it with the pop-up. I'm just going to draw that out. So I know this might seem a little bit dull to watch me do this, but I know that some of you may be interested in this process. So this is why I'm kind of doing it. Okay, so do that. So my pop-out section, as it were, I think I might do it 1.5 inches wide. So that takes me to there. And then I'm going to have a pop out section around, that's the top of my card there. I want to be able to put these numbers on there. So I'm just going to get out my numbers. So it's useful to get the real sizes for things so that you get a kind of a good idea of what sort of size you're looking at. So that is about 3 inches wide. Okay, so do that. So do that. Okay. So that's the sort of space I'm looking at. So then underneath here, I'm going to pop a mechanism so that this will stick out. So it'll probably be just like a simple kind of strip of cardstock that I'll stick into my piece of my card base so that that will pop out. Okay, so for this I think I need a full piece of cardstock, and I was looking at some of the Eden's Garden papers, but let me just check to see. Oh, I've got that lovely crane paper, haven't I? That is really gorgeous, and I haven't used a lot of that yet. So let me just have a look at this paper. Ooh, I'm thinking maybe, yeah, maybe that. Okay, because she's a sophisticated lady, the person that I'm making this for. I don't want to give away who it is because it's a bit of a special birthday. Right, get grey granite out. I haven't used grey granite for ages actually. I think I might use this one. Hi everyone. Sorry, just checking my camera. It's a bit wonky. There we go. Who's joined us? Hi Glenna, Jodie, Carol, not Carol, Claire, Lorraine, Lisa, Wendy, Shaz. Lovely to see you. Okay, so let's make the card base to start off with, and then we'll have a good idea of where I'm going with that. So my card base only needs to be 7 inches tall. So I'm going to cut that off now. Or shall I cut it off? Shall I cut that bit first there? Okay, I'm going to cut that there, 8 at 8. And then score at 4. And then cut that at 7. Okay, so that's my card base. Now I want a panel that's going to pop down from there. Now initially I did think 1.5 inches, but I'm not sure if that's going to be too much, because by the time it sticks out, okay, no, I'm thinking it sticks out to there, so I'll do 1 inch. Okay, so let's do the maths then. So I want it to stick out 1 inch from there. So the strip that I need to have is 7 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 for the, and that 1 will be divided into, that will be divided into 2, plus a half plus a half. I know what, yeah, I'll do it that way. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10 inches long. Okay, another piece of cardstock, and I want this to be 1.5 inches wide. It will all make sense in a moment, I promise. I promise. So if you're new to my channel, I don't often do things like this. Sometimes I just get ideas. I get stuff off the internet, you know, good old Pinterest. Someone actually asked recently on a comment on one of my videos, said, well, you know, where do I get ideas from, or how do I know what to put together? And it's, you know, like lots of people, I do get my ideas from elsewhere, not just Pinterest, but just kind of looking around, looking at, you know, design and things, and I get lots of ideas from there. Sometimes I just get ideas off Pinterest, but then sometimes I come up with an idea all of my own. Okay, so I'm going to score this, but this is 1.5 inches wide, and I'm going to score at half. I did score at 1/2 inch, then 1.5, and then 8.5. I think that's correct. Then 9.5, and then cut it 10. Okay, so I could have done that all as one piece and then cut it in half. Silly me, should have done that. Okay, so let me explain what I've just created here. What I want is a pop-up section, like to frame the card here, to pop down. Okay, so that's what I've just created. And that is why, as I said, I needed to factor in the fact that that has to stay like that. So when it goes in the envelope, I've got space for it in the envelope. So that was what I was whittering on about earlier. Hi, Jocelyn. Hi, Lane. Okay, pop that aside for a sec. So I'm going to do that measurement again. So I'm going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 8.5, 9.5, and then cut at 10. Okay. Alrighty. So that's that section there. Now, I've got to think about this middle bit. I have got a scrap piece here. So I want my little pop-out bit just under, so I've got my thing of 3 inches. So this section is, if I score this at 1 and 3/8 or 3.5 centimeters. So I'm going to score that there. Then at 2 3/4 or 7 centimeters, and then at 4 inches, or I'm actually doing the centimeters, I'm sorry, 10 centimeters. That's around 4 inches, and then at 13, so that'll be 5 1/8. Is that right? No, that's not right. 3, 10. That should be 30. Oh, hold on. Oh no, I'm going up in 3.5. What am I doing, woman? Sorry, ignore that measurement. I'll have to write out the measurements properly because as I said, I'm making this up as I go along. So 3.5. So that's 10.5. 14. Right. Actually, I will write it down. So 3.5 centimeters, then 7, 10.5, and then 14. So in inches, that would be, sorry, bear with, I just got to write this down while I've got it in front of me. 1 3/8. 2 3/4. 4 think that's right, 4 1/8, and then 5.5. I might be wrong on that, but then actually I can cut at 5.5. Right, so this should make a square. Well, not a square, but like that it makes a square. Okay, so that's going to stick into my section there. Right, and then I'm thinking of cutting out a middle section with some really nice dies and then showing off this beautiful paper. So what I think I want to have happen is to have that section on there, that section on there, but I'm actually going to stick designer series paper on the inside. I know it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I actually want to kind of cover up where I'm going to be gluing. Oh, I suppose if I glue it on the back, no, that'll be fine. Okay, let's choose some paper then. So now, much as I really love that, I think my friend might like a bit of this. So I'm going to cut this down too. So this is 4 by 7. So I'm going to cut this at 6 3/4, and then 3 3/4, and then 3 3/4, so that we end up with a really nice border going all the way around. How pretty is that? And then I think I want for the sides something just a little bit different. As I said, I've not quite decided what I'm going to do on the sides. I'm wondering whether to put some lovely butterflies or something. So I want a different kind of design. Oh, this one's quite nice, isn't it? Does that fit? Oh, no, I'm going to have to cut it from there. That's okay then. So this measured 1.5 inches wide. So I only need this to be 1 1/4. So if I cut this down to 2.5, and then again at 6 3/4. And then I'm going to cut this at 1 1/4. Oh, there we go. So that can sit there, and that can sit there like so. Right, and then I'm thinking for the central panel, I have the circle dies, which you get your hands on when you need them. Oh, that's the rectangle ones. There with, just finding them. Okay. So I've got the straight one that will sit just inside the scallop. So I'm just going to cut that out using my cut and emboss machine. And then I'm wondering what to have in the centre. I'm wondering of just having that design would be quite nice. So I'll leave that out. So this afternoon, May went to her, she had a felting class this afternoon, and there's a lovely group of ladies who go to that, and I managed to collect another story for you guys. So one of the mums was talking about how when she's got boy children, they're getting a bit older now. I think the oldest is around the sort of teenagery mark, you know. Anyway, she was saying that when her children were younger, she used to buy dragon fruit. And for those of you who don't know what dragon fruit is, it's just a kind of an exotic fruit, and it's kind of got scales on it. Anyway, she used to buy the dragon fruit and then put it in a nest in the garden and send the kids out and say, go and see if the dragon has laid its eggs. So, of course, the children would run out and find the dragon fruit and think, oh, wow, it's amazing. You know, the dragon's been to the garden to, you know, lay its eggs. And she said one year they went on holiday. I think this was before she lived in Wales. They came to Wales on holiday. And she couldn't find dragon fruit. So she had to buy some papaya or pawpaw. And she just made out that in Wales the dragons just lay different types of eggs. So that was fine. Anyway, more recently, I think it was probably because of, you know, like lockdown and things like that and various other health issues that she was facing, they started doing supermarket shopping, you know, going on the internet and, you know, putting stuff in your shopping cart. And one day the son and her elder son said to her, oh, Mum, I've just seen dragon fruit. You can put dragon fruit in the basket. And she was like, yeah? And he said, so all those years you told me that the dragon came to lay its eggs. You can buy it in the supermarket. She got caught out. And she said his face was such a picture when he realised all these years his mum had been lying to him about the dragon fruit. I didn't know whether to think that was funny or not, but anyway, it was quite funny when we heard the story. So there we go. Right, let's have a look. Oh, look, that's nice. Yeah, so sometimes it's nice to have a larger border, and then sometimes I just love it having that tiny little scallop. I don't know why it's... Come on, focus. Focus, focus, focus. You see that gorgeous little scallop there? There we go. Right, I also need to find some gold paper to cut the 60 out of, don't I? Oh, that'll do. That'll do. Now, this 60th birthday got sprung on me because I knew it was this person's birthday coming up next week. And then in a message, she let on what it was. And I was like, oh, I didn't realise it was that special a birthday. So, and it's on Wednesday. So I'm not quite sure if it's going to get to her on time. But anyway, I'm going to try. So I think this is the brushed foil. I'm not sure if this is available anymore at Stampin' Up, but it's good stuff. It's the sort of thing that's useful just to have in your stash for those kind of special cards, because you don't use loads of it. Obviously it's got a slightly higher price point. It's about £5 or something for a pack, and you get a couple of sheets. But it's the sort of thing that really does make your cards stand out and look special. And to make it look even more special, what you can do, and I think I might do that, is cut a few layers of a few 60s out so that it's thicker. So I won't do that obviously with the gold. I can just do that with a plain bit of card, but I think it can look quite smart if you cut out a few at the same time. Just trying to find that scrap. So I'm just going to cut out a couple more. Yeah, the poor child was crestfallen. I mean, he was like 15 by when he found out, you know. But she'd obviously done such a great job of creating this fantasy. And then she did recount, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to tell the story right. She did recount one day that she went into the garden, and I think she must have got either 3 children, or she's got 2 children, and then there was a friend came over to play. Well, she went out into the garden, and one of her children had been no, she used the term pig strung, not pig strung. What is it when you tie people's hands and feet together, but then you tie the hands to the feet? Anyway, she went out into the garden. One of the children was lying there in that position. And another child came round the corner, very matter of fact, with a Nerf gun and his Nerf outfit. And then another one emerged, you know, in a similar outfit. And he said, oh, we're just playing, I'm the gamekeeper, so-and-so's the hunter, and he's the buffalo, referring to the one that was tied up on the floor. So she just went, oh, all right then. And the son who was tied up on the floor had been calling for her, got like, Mom, help. And she went, you're on your own, mate. And she left him to it. Boys will be boys, eh? Right, I'm going to start assembling. Hogtied. Thank you, hogtied. I knew it was something like that. I'd not heard the term before, but I kind of figured it out when I went, what did you just say? Right, now I might get, as I said, I might decorate the sides with some pretty butterflies or something. But she's very much a less is more kind of person. But she's also the sort of person that would want me to be true to my kind of card making style as well. So, yeah, I'm sort of channeling her card making, and she's very precise as well. So, bit young for that, Vanessa. Only kids. Yeah, they were playing some sort of hunting game. Hamstrung, hogtied, yes, it's that kind of thing. Now, do I stick that onto there and then hide the mechanism like that, or do I just put the mechanism on the back? I think I might just do the mechanism on the back. Oh, I keep changing my mind. Hold on, let me just see what it would look like. Oh, it would cover it up a bit. Oh, right. I'm going to try, and if it all goes wrong, I'll blame you lot. Right, line that up there, like so. And what I'm doing is making sure that the card is then absolutely parallel then with this panel is parallel with the card base. Okay, so that's that. So then if I move that down like so, I should be able to pop some glue onto there. And then pop that there. And again, make sure it's completely parallel. Trust, yes, that's a good word. Oh, you're wanting me to hide it on the inside. There we go. Right, well, we'll do that then. So these papers are in the mini catalogue. And they're part of a really lovely suite. It's got kind of a crane and a chrysanthemum in the stamp set. It's really, really pretty. So there's an offer on at the moment on the mini cut and emboss machine. There's 20% off, and there's a whole list of bundles that have got some money off, like 20% off I think at the moment. So if you've been eyeing up that little mini cut and emboss machine, now's the time to get it. Oh, that's nice, Vanessa. Yeah, that is an option, Michelle. But I've gone for the old trying to hide it. Hide it there instead. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to really soften up the edges on here so that when it opens it will kind of fall into place correctly. So I'm just going over and over the creases to soften, loosen them up a bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's the effect I wanted. Jodie, yes, it is a very international crowd. We do have quite an international following on this channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, please could I ask you to do so. I am very, very, very close to the 10,000 subscriber mark, and I've been watching the count. And over the weekend, I got very excited because I'd got to 15 away. Then it went up, and then it went down. Then it went up, and then it went down. Oh, all in the space of 24 hours. So my nerves are like, oh my goodness. So anyway, yeah, if you watch my channel and you've watched it for a while and, you know, you think, well, I may as well subscribe, please do so. Or if you've newly come across my channel, you want to be able to find me again, That's also another good reason to subscribe. Okay, so I'm going to stick some of these numbers together now. And I'm going to do so with just the tiniest amount of glue, because Tombow glue is very effective and you do not need to use a lot of it. So I'm just going to do 3 layers in total. So I've got 2 of the grey, and then I'm going to pop the gold one on the top. Yeah, it is. It's at 9.98. I've actually got the live count on my yeah, I'm at 9987 at the moment, Linda. So I'm 13 away. So yeah, so if you're watching right now and you're not subscribed and you'd like to, because I did think about putting a little appeal out on Facebook, but the only thing about doing things like that is that people then subscribe when perhaps they don't really want to subscribe, and I'd rather not have that. I'd rather people subbed because they really, really do want to follow my channel, rather than they felt sorry for me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try and get rid of some of these lines that have appeared, because just naturally you do get the lines that transfer. Now, before you go asking me how you get these numbers, I'm afraid it's a case of looking out for some pre-loved ones, because these numbers were released a few years ago and I held on to them because they are so brilliant. And occasionally I do use retired products on my channel, because it's to remind you that if you don't get it when it's available and it becomes rather popular, I'm afraid that's the way it is, and it does get hard to get hold of some products. So yeah, if there's something that you like, get it now. Yeah, Wanda's got these. Hi, Tracy. Yeah, so if you've got a friend who you think might like my channel, please do grab them. Say, come over, come and have fun with us. The lives are quite fun. Now, tomorrow night I've got the white ink class. So if you've if you've paid for that, you should have had all your information about that. If anyone's still interested in it, please just email me, ruthtrice@gmail.com, and I will send you the payment information. Then I think I do also have a wreath class at the end of the month, and then I have scheduled advance notice, the Saturday I've just got to figure out what it is. Saturday the 2nd of April, I'm planning to do a fundraiser stamper posy class for Ukraine. So I've just got an event tomorrow that I've been prepping for all day today, so my brain has just not been able to think about anything else, I'm afraid. But once that's over, I can start thinking about advertising that. Okay, so that's going to go there. Got to put my little thing, my mechanism. So I'm just going to bend these backwards and forwards as well, just to make these a little bit more malleable. Wonder. You found a Kookaburra stamp set on eBay. They were very expensive, but yeah, sometimes you can pick them up for a little bit cheaper after things have retired. But I've used these so often. Or are you saying that they get some things get more expensive afterwards? I've had that where stamp sets have increased in value. I put a stamp set up once that I actually purchased in a sale. It was brand new. I purchased it in a sale from Stampin' Up for £12, and I thought, and I got to the point where I didn't need it anymore, and I thought it might be popular, and I put it on eBay and it sold for £60. So it wasn't because I put it at 60, can I just say that? The auction went for that. Oh, talking of auctions, I'm just going to check and see what the wreaths are at. Those are finishing at some point soon, aren't they? The biggest wreath is sold. Oh. Right, let's stick this down. So that's going to go there. I'm just going to put a bit of glue. I'm going to spread it out a bit. Stick that in the middle, like so. Get my block. The reason I've got my block is because I've packed my bone folder away for tomorrow. Although the block is very effective. I have seen a few demonstrators use a block. Oh, yes, my wreaths have finished. Oh, fantastic. Oh, wow. Okay, so my wreaths are finished, and in total, I think I've raised just over £300. So thank you, everybody that bid. Right, that's how it looks so far. And then I need to create a mechanism for this to go onto there, which I will do in a second. I'll then stick this all together. So if you guys like this, well, when it's finished, because I don't know quite how it's all going to turn out just yet, I will try and write a proper tutorial for it and, you know, write up all the measurements so that you can have a go doing it yourself. Now I'm sticking this 60 down and realise I probably just need to put happy birthday somewhere on this. Not thought that through yet. I just got so excited about putting it all together. Oh, good, Dagmar. Ah, there we go. Hi, Ivy. Hi, Esther. And I thought I could put this under the masculine umbrella because this design you could use for all kinds of things. So that's going to go there. Right, I need a little section of scrap. Or have I got a piece of... I thought I had a spare, but oh, there it is. Oh no, it's not. It's my spare bit of smoky. Oh, great on it, there it is. Right, so now I need a section that's going to stick onto the back of here. So let me just double check the measurement of that. So that was 1 1/4 inches by 1 1/4. So I think I'll just do it 2 by 2. 2 by 2. And then do 1 by 1. So score at 1, cut at 2, turn it round and cut at 1. Oh, there we go. Poetry in motion. Hi, Heidi Shaw. Hi, Darlene. cost 50,000 to get what, the pool replaced? Oh, the pool lifted. Oh, yes, yes. Sorry, I didn't quite read what you said. Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is a lot. So I'm going to stick that bit to there. Then that bit to there. I tend to do them slightly either side of the score mark. And then pop a bit of glue on there, a bit of glue on there. I didn't even check to see that this circle is going to be big enough, but I'm just going to hope it is. I think that's in the middle. I'm just eyeballing it, I'm not even measuring. Okay, so I'm just giving that a good press. Right. Yay! Okay, does that make sense? You can sort of see how that pops out now. I think we definitely need butterflies up the side. Because I've got that lovely, got this lovely card. So maybe some of those small ones. Right. Be too big, I think. Wasn't there two? I thought there were two of those little ones. Oh, maybe not. Oh, got that little section there as well I can use. Now this might need to run through a couple of times because these dies are so detailed. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, butterflies aren't masculine. It's for a lady, but I think this card style could be adapted for all kinds of occasions, really. I don't feel that that's cut through properly. I'm gonna help it along with my metal plate. Oh, come on, out you come. I'm trying to get this out. Right. Now, I can't remember, am I supposed to have another plate under here? Oh yeah, let's have that one, aren't I? Oh, I've obviously dropped the other one somewhere then, Lisa. Sorry, it's a pain getting the other one out. Right, start again. Sorry about this. I know using these dies is so much easier than hand cutting it yourself. However, it do take a little bit of work. Oh, that feels tighter, so hopefully that will cut through a bit better. Yeah, so it's always worth checking the back just to see. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's magic, Louise. There we go. Yes, magic. It's a kind of magic. Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, it doesn't fall flat. Oops. Basically, this needs to be slightly smaller. Or further away. Or I send it to her like that. I'll just make a massive envelope. Yeah, it doesn't. I knew that. Night, Ivy. Yeah, come back. Figure it. I'll let you know what I do. Right, I just got to cut out a couple more of these. Was a good idea. I didn't think of that, did I? Oh, I keep getting electric shocks of this. Today I've had a bit of an electric shock kind of day. It's funny, isn't it? Just I don't know whether it's to do with women's hormonal cycles, but some days I have more electric shocks than others. Oh, right. Sit back down again. Well, my excuse is that I've never made one of these before because I've just invented it. So that's what I'm going with, Vanessa. Come on, back me up. I mean, I could go and take it apart and try and figure out the mechanism, but I like it too much to do that, so I'm just going to work around it. I'm not going to take it apart. It's too pretty. thing is, I did it on another card, and it must be because it was smaller. I mean, I guess if I took that off and made the mechanism bigger, yes, if I took that, okay, let's see if I can do that. If I take that off, and make the mechanism so it's definitely bigger at the sides, it should be fine. But I'm not changing this. Ugh. What I could do is actually do it the same paper as this, and then it will disguise it a bit, won't it? Because I do have quite a bit of that. So I'm presuming that one has to make sure the mechanism is larger. So if I go with 3 and 3 1/4, so I'll have to do my scoring at 1 1/8. So 1 1/8 times 4. 1/8 times 4 is 4 1/2, isn't it? Okay, I'll put that on there. So let's do this. 1 1/2 inches wide. So score at 1 1/8, 2 1/4, 3 3/8, and cut it at 4 4. 1 2 4 1/2. Is that right? Is that larger than what I just did? Oh no, that's smaller. Oh no, 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 no. Hold on a second. I've completely done that wrong. Start again. You know what? I'm just going to go 1 1/2. Silly me. Sorry. Right. 1 1/2. 3. That's easier. 4 1/2. 6. Cut. Right, so theoretically, I'll pop that on there. It's still a bit tacky, so I can stick that on there. That can go on there. So when that opens up, that should go to the side like that. Oh, no, hold on a sec. I want you to move over a bit. So the trick is to make sure that this mechanism here goes wider than your focal point. going to take that off again. Oh no, don't stick down yet. Tell you what, that glue's good. Right. So stick that back on there. Stick that. It's all about maths, you know. At the end of the day, it's all maths. Right, to give me an extra bit of wiggle room, I'm actually going to fold this a bit further down, like so, to make sure I've got plenty of space. You see what I'm doing? I'm just moving this down a bit. Right, we should have plenty of room now, so that when that goes onto there, it should clear either side of the circle. That's what we want to have happen. Okay, so when I go to stick that in the middle now, I need to make sure that the circle is smaller than the mechanism. Okay, right, I'm going to try and remember that for next time. Now, the trick is sticking this on. Ha 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 ha. Sticking it on the right way up, because I've already got my 60 on there and I can't, there's nothing I can do about it. Okay, right, that should work. Right, I'm just going to stick that down because I brought that up by accident when I ripped it. Oh no, can't see what I'm doing. Oh, move it over a little bit. That's how you do it. Whew. I think I'm still going to have to make a custom envelope because look, it's sticking out too far. But anyway, that's the least of my worries. That is the least of my worries. There we go. So that should, I just need to make sure that is stuck down really well on the side there, because otherwise that mechanism is not going to work properly. Thank you for sticking with me, guys. You guys are so awesome. Yeah. So that's the trick. You've got to make sure your mechanism is slightly bigger than your focal point. Whew. Don't make it 90. No, I've got it the right way up. Right, let's get these butterflies done and then I can go. And you can go. Right, so these are the same ones, no? Thanks, Glenn. You feel bad now? Why do you feel bad? Don't feel bad. It was a good learning lesson for me. All right. So yeah, so there I kind of offered one solution, as in just make a massive envelope. But then, you know, by just keeping going and figuring out the maths, you can have an alternative solution. And this is stuff's not coming off. Ugh, come on. Sorry, this is the fiddliest bits of these dies. Get them all out. Right, I'm just going to get on and stick these down. So I just realised these bits weren't poked out. Hi, Pam. Take care, Mindy. Nice to see you. Oh, don't fly off. Right, I am thinking some bling would look nice on this. The only thing is, if I put anything too bulky, it's going to damage the inside. So I'm going to see if I've got anything more flat, like some sequins. Oh, I've got. I may just have to put padding in between or something. I guess if I send it, don't squish it down with an envelope, it should be all right. I'm just going to have another look, see if I've got any in here. Oh yes, I've got the iridescent ones. Okay, right. Stick to the original plan. So the sequins are not as hard. So these are from the ephemera pack. And they're iridescent. So they kind of just reflect whatever colours you've got on your card. And as I said, she's kind of a less is more person, so I don't want to overdo it. Okay, so now in hindsight, I'm thinking I would have put another a piece of card in there to hold this up, because it's like it wants to kind of bow a little bit. So actually, it might even be fun to have that as part of the mechanism, where you have, you know, a couple of pieces of card inside. But anyway, well, considering I just designed it from scratch, I'm really pleased with it, and I hope to make more like this and show you how to, all the measurements and everything. So thank you so much. Oh yes, you're right, Louise. Oh my goodness, yes. Right, hold on. Oh yeah. So I will go over the measurements briefly, because I'm trying to put them where there isn't so much gold, so that you can actually see them. There we go. Oh, brilliant idea. Thank you. Yeah, these papers are just so lovely. And I've only just used 2. You know, they are really, really, really stunning. So if you haven't ever placed an order with me before, just to let you know, if you go to artfulstampin.co.uk, please do use the host code if you're spending under £150. If you're spending more than that, then don't use the host code. And what you can do is, once you get to £150 in your basket, when you go to an item after that, it will give you an option of either putting it in your basket or claiming it for free, if you've got enough rewards. So also, what was I going to say? Yeah, so if you do use a host code, you do get a thank you from me the following month. You get a thank you card and a voucher if you've used the host code, and a free exclusive video that I film for my supporters and for my customers and my team. So if you think that you're supposed to have been sent one and haven't received one for January, let me know. I have actually filmed February's. I just need to sit down and sort all out the email addresses, because my email address list gets longer and longer each month, which is wonderful, because I have more and more people to have to send out the video to. But I have filmed it. I just not got around to emailing it you. Right, so very briefly, in terms of the measurements of this card then. So the card base measures 4 inches by 7 inches. Well, yeah, this measures 4 by 7. So you actually need to cut a piece of cardstock that measures 8 by 7 and then score at the 4-inch mark. Then you need to cut yourself 2 strips of cardstock that measure 1.5 inches wide by 7, 8, 9, 10 inches long, and you score at the 1/2 inch, and then the 1.5 inch, 8.5, 9.5, and then cut at 10 to create this mechanism here. And then basically, I'm not going to give you measurements for the mechanism in the middle, because basically we've learned that whatever you decide to have here, the square that you create to stick it onto has to be slightly larger than the mechanism in order for you to be able to actually close it. Okay, so just be aware of that, that if you do the mechanism too small, you will not be able to close it. So can you see how that tucks into there, and then it you just have to sort of help it along, really. It will close into there like so. So there we go. So thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I do have a class tomorrow, so I'm not sure if I'll be going live tomorrow, but you've got Esther at 9 o'clock, and she will be going live. Esther at Stampin' Star Creations, if you don't already follow her. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Oh, I've gone up to 988. Yay! I'm only 12 away. 12 subscribers away from 10,000. So yes, is there any questions? You have to go back and watch the replay to see the fold. Brilliant, Misty. Yeah, do listen though. Do go back and watch it, but go with the measurements that I've just given you, and especially pay attention to that, what I said about the mechanism, because if you skip through, you'll see where I make the mistake. Where am I going to put the happy birthday? I probably will just write it on the back, to be honest, because yeah, I may just sort of do some extra on the back, maybe put another layer of grey or lighter grey or something to make the grey a bit more interesting. And also I'm thinking I may also pop a little section of that paper. I think I should put a little piece on the top and even in here. So I'm not going to do that now, because I've got to get to bed, because I've got an event, a long day tomorrow. And but yeah, in hindsight, I think I would put a piece on there and a piece there. The happy birthday, I mean, I could do it somewhere, but I think I'm just going to write right inside it and just do a lovely long message to her instead. Yeah, but I don't remember saying I wanted to put happy birthday, but I mean, yeah, I'm not doing it right now. I can't think straight. I can't even speak straight. So you could put it somewhere here. I think what I'm worried about is what colour would I do it in, because I've gone for it's all very grey and gold. So I suppose I could use a piece of grey cardstock and maybe heat emboss or something. But I'm going to sleep on it, guys. I'm going to sleep on it because my brain's not functioning very well now. We've done all that maths. So I'll come back to it tomorrow. Maybe I'll finish it off tomorrow on the live. It still has a front when it's in the envelope. Yes, you're right, Kristen, sorry. Yeah, so I could, yeah, make it pretty, this section here. Look. Or maybe I should make it come out a bit further. I know it's too late to do that now, but anyway, I'm going to have to tweak it. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Right, lots of love to you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you all again soon. Take care for now.